Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person, and I also have a members-only channel with a lot of perks for members, including weekly live workshops with a new manifesting topic each week, weekly live group coaching, a lot of exclusive content, as well as monthly challenges for a chance to win a free one-on-one coaching session with me, and a lot more. So if you guys are interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website or to the membership channel. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to give you guys a reminder of some of the fundamental principles that you always need to remember in order to be a master manifestor. I know from speaking to many of you and coaching many of you that these are stumbling blocks. These are things that many of you tend to forget. These are things that many of you forget to remind yourself, if you will. And so I wanted this video to be one more reminder of who you are as a conscious manifestor, what you're doing as a conscious manifestor, and get this, you guys. If you get this, if you get these principles, if you start living by these principles and by this mindset, you become a master manifestor. How amazing is that? So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So I know a lot of you are manifesting your dreams, your desires, whether that is love or a specific person, or money, or career success, or health, or appearance changes, or other possessions, or a good social life, or traveling, or a lot of these things, or other things, whatever is important and whatever matters for each one of you. And yet, I know that many of you are still struggling. I know that many of you are still doing your techniques, you're still doing your daily practice, and you're still wondering, where is it? Where is my movement? Why do I not see any movement? Why do I not see any change in my 3D? And if you ask me, as a coach, and also from my personal practice, but also from all the people I talk to, I can tell you that what I see keeping people stuck for the most part is them not believing, at least not to a big extent or not to any significant extent, that the law is real, that they can actually do it, and that their circumstances truly mean nothing. In fact, this I find is the biggest stumbling block for most people, especially those who are just starting out on their manifesting journey or who haven't been on that manifesting journey for that long, is believing in the whole concept that their circumstances truly do not matter. And I want to say something here. I get it, you guys. I have circumstances too. When I go to manifest something, when I'm actively manifesting something, a lot of the times, not every time, but a lot of the times, I'm also facing circumstances. I am also facing a 3D that is showing me the opposite at that time. I am also facing what I might perceive as obstacles. I also face difficulties. I also face what seems to be like circumstances that don't favor my manifestation or my desire. However, this is where the conscious manifestor makes the difference. This is where the conscious manifestor pushes themselves forward and differentiates themselves from the average person who gets stuck in circumstances, who feels helpless, powerless, lost, disempowered, and so on, and who gives so much power to circumstances that they forget who they are within, if they even know it in the first place, and they allow their circumstances to dictate their mood, their expectations, their assumptions, their thoughts, their overall energy, their perceptions of reality, and so on and so forth. This is where you make a difference, you guys, as a conscious manifestor. You realize that everything is a reflection of your own consciousness, whether the consciousness that you had in the recent past, or a consciousness that perhaps you've had as a pattern for many, many years, or perhaps some subconscious programming. But in any event, you are realizing that whatever you're seeing in your 3D, including your circumstances, including The circumstances that you might hate, I get that. Don't think that I'm immune to that, and don't think that any coach is immune to that or any person is immune to that. We do get circumstances that we hate at times, and yet what differentiates you as a conscious manifestor from the average person who is completely unconscious and completely unconsciously manifesting the experiences in their lives is that they realize that these experiences are a reflection of their own consciousness. As such, this gives them immense power. This gives you and me and everyone else immense power to change our lives and change our reality. Because by changing our consciousness, by changing our energy, our state to align with the reality that we'd rather have instead, we are making real, substantial, sustainable change in our day-to-day lives. And this is why you always hear circumstances don't matter. This is why I always tell you guys, circumstances only have as much power over you as you give them, because it's 100% true. If you don't give power to your specific circumstances, guess what? They're not going to matter. They're either going to fall away, they're either going to change in some way or other, or maybe one day you realize that they didn't matter in the first place and why was I even worried anyway? One way or another, you're going to be shown that what you didn't give power to truly didn't matter. And you did well not worrying about it because you needn't have worried about it at any time. It truly is, you guys, where you align your energy, how you align your energy, how you align your consciousness, what you focus on, what you put your attention on, how you perceive your reality, what meanings you give your reality. It truly is the sum total of your consciousness. And that is what determines your experiences in the 3D. Even when you get circumstances that you don't like or that you downright hate, that is still a reflection of who you were in the past. You don't have to identify with that anymore. You don't have to accept that as true for yourself anymore. You don't have to accept that as your reality. You don't have to accept that this is how it's going to be in your life from now on. Instead, you have absolute and total freedom to align yourself with the conviction and the consciousness that this is going to change. Okay, I don't like it, maybe I even hate it, but it's going to change, so it's not the end of the world. I can revise it. I can intend differently. I can realign my energy to what I actually want. I can choose a different reality. All is dependent on my consciousness. All is dependent on my focus. All is dependent on my attention. So I have the power, I have the creative power to direct my consciousness accordingly and shape my experiences in my 3D according to my preferences. I see so many of you being stuck in your circumstances. I see so many of you asking about your circumstances. I make a video and then I get a bunch of comments. What if this? What if that? Guess what, you guys? Your circumstances are not more special than the law. The law works the same way for everyone in every case. The law always reflects your dominant consciousness. If your circumstances are a problem right now, you can feel free to not like them. You can feel free to tell yourself that, yes, this is not what I prefer. But at the same time, you're also absolutely free to not give them power, to not dwell on them, and to decide and follow through with that and live in an energy that actually doesn't give power to those circumstances. You always have the power 24/7 to realign yourself and realign your focus to what you actually want. This is your power as a human being. This is your power as a conscious manifestor. And this is what differentiates you from the average person who stays helpless and hopeless and powerless in front of their circumstances. You know better, and you know that you don't have to give power to those circumstances. You know that you don't have to give power to the parts of your 3D that you don't prefer. You know that there is nothing that can stop you outside of your own self, believe it or not, from getting what you want and from shaping your 3D experiences in the way in which you choose. Realizing and understanding this and truly living by that, this is the tricky part, living by that, aligning your energy with that, is what is going to make you a master manifestor. It's not that you're never going to get circumstances that you don't like. I get circumstances that I don't like. I won't say all the time, but from time to time, for sure. What makes me an advanced manifestor is that I have learned and I have trained myself not to give my power to those circumstances. It doesn't mean they don't upset me for a time. It doesn't mean that I fool myself and I tell myself that I like them if I don't like them. But at the same time, I fully know that I can change them. I fully know that the power is within me to direct my consciousness where it's most productive for me, where it aligns with what I actually want, and where it actually serves me. You need to resist your ego's temptation to wallow in drama. You need to resist your ego's temptation to dwell in those circumstances and get that dopamine release, believe it or not, that you get from dwelling in negative facts and dwelling in self-pity and in victim mode. You need to become stronger than that. You need to depart from the significance and the meaning that you have given to your old circumstances or to your current circumstances, and actively choose new circumstances for yourself and align yourself with the energy of those new circumstances, whether you see them in the 3D right now or not. This is what makes you different as a conscious manifestor from the average person. This is what gives you power, and this is what ultimately shapes your life and your experiences in the 3D according to your preferences. So get this, start living by this, start implementing this, start aligning your energy to this in your day-to-day life, moment to moment, and you will see the difference, you will feel the shift within you, and you will see how your circumstances are going to start to change and become circumstances that are in your favor. How they're going to change to align with what you actually want, what you actually prefer, what you're actually choosing and claiming for yourself. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.